beloved viewers, it's 9 p.m. You're watching on live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the top stories. President of the Republic received the Chief General Staff of Japanese Self-Defense Forces. In Liberia, computer battles against the digital divided. Those were the top stories. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Ismail Mergili, received this morning, Thursday, at the Presidential Palace, the Chairman of the Joint Staff of Japanese Self-Defense Forces, Lieutenant General Koji, and his accompanying delegation, who is visiting the country for an official visit that lasts for 48 hours. The President of the Republic talks with the Japanese military delegation during the meeting deal with the bilateral relation between the two countries, an aspect of the existing cooperation between them in the military and security file. The two sides also discussed a number of other issues of a common interest, especially in the military file. Djibouti and Japan have distinguished relation of cooperation covering all sectors of development. It should be also noted that our country houses the only overseas base of the Japan Self-Defense Forces. The meeting was attended by the Ambassador of Japan, credit to our country, but also the Chief of General Staff of Djiboutian Army Forces, Lieutenant General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, and advisor to the President of the Republic in military affairs, Colonel Mustafa Ali. Under the auspices of the Minister of Commerce, the Trade and Tourism, Mr. Mohammed Warsama Diriye, the Minister of Commerce and Tourism, organized this Thursday morning at the People's Palace the conference on entrepreneurship and tourism profession in Djibouti. The conference was chaired by the Minister of Trade and Tourism, Mr. Mohammed Warsama Diriye, with the participation of the Secretary General of the Government, Mr. Almas Mohammed, the Minister of Labor, Mr. Umar Abdi Said, the Minister of Equipment and Infrastructure, Mr. Hassan Hamid Ibrahim, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Trade, Mr. Ali Daoud, but also the Director General for the National Tourism Agency, Mr. Usman Abdi Mohammed. The aim of this holding conference is to continue efforts of implementing a strategy of sustainable development of tourism in our country. Today, the tourism is an essential sector for economic development and international trade. In a speech by the Minister of Labor, he said in his speech, democracy and social protection. Mr. Umar Abdi Said said during the conference devoted to entrepreneurship and tourism profession in Djibouti, he addressed the importance of development tourism in our country. In turn, the Minister of Trade and Tourism, Mr. Mohammed Warsama Diriye, indicated in his speech that tourism in our country is an essential file for economic development and international trade. He said that this aim holding conference and continue effort to implement this strategy of development and international trade tourism in this ministry. But also in his speech, a high-ranking delegation from the National Media Commission led by the Vice President, Mr. Aid Hussein, today visit the government of Arta in order to inspect the proper conduct of media coverage of the electoral campaign for the legislative election to be held on 24th of February. Upon its arrival in the province of Arta, the delegation was received by Mr. Mohammed Sheikhu, but also other journalists attend this meeting from the public media and representative of the parties participating in the election. The delegation visits the ways and means of media coverage of electoral campaign for the legislative election in Arta. The governor of the prefect of Arta region, Mr. Shehu, and representative of the two first expressed their happiness with the media team sent by the Djiboutian Radio and Television Corporation. The governor explained to the prefect of Arta explained to the delegation of the National Media Authority that the radio coverage in the region has been improved by the radio television of Djibouti, especially in the district of Karta and later where there were problems with the reception previously. The Chief of General Staff of the Army Forces, Lieutenant General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, received this morning at the headquarters of the General Department of International Relations and the Ambassador of France to Djibouti. At the outset of the meeting, the Chief of General Staff of the Army Forces, Lieutenant General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, first expressed his warm congratulations to the French ambassador on her appointment and wished her a full success in her diplomatic mission for her part. The new French ambassador noted that she was honored with a warm welcome and thanked Lieutenant General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim for his personal support within the framework of military cooperation between the two countries. The French ambassador pledged to make more effort to strengthen, consolidate, and expand cooperation relations between the two countries.
tahay awoodii lagu aarsanayay ma og tahay askariyo ina tahay awoodii lagu aarsanayay ma og tahay
Health news. The Ministry of Health, through the National Program of Mental Health, organized a workshop on the national strategy for mental health with the support of the World Health Organization at the People's Palace. The Secretary General for the Ministry of Health, Dr. Salah Benoita Turab, and the representative of the World Health Organization in Djibouti, but also the coordinator of National Mental Health Program at the Ministry of Health, Mr. Mohamed Daoud, and the Director of Studies and Planning for International Cooperation, Ms. Noura Abdi, participating in this workshop. The delegation of the first National Mental Health Strategy in the Republic of Djibouti reflect the political will and commitment of the Minister of Health to make mental health an important, accessible, effective, and sustainable priority. This workshop was activated by the head of the mental health department at the regional office level, Dr. Khalid Said, and also the consultant in charge of developing the national strategy for mental health. The workshop deal with the four strategy axes, which are strengthening leadership and governance in the field of mental health, provision of comprehensive, integrated, and responsive mental health, but also social support service in a community setting and a multi-sectoral collaboration for the implementation of the strategy and for the promotion of and but also prevention of mental health. This for the population at risk. Last Tuesday, the National Union of Djibouti Women hosted an event devoted to a distribution for the literacy courses to many education facilities that provide literacy courses. The ceremony of the distributing this circular but also the head of the concerned educational institution, took place under the auspice of the there's an expert of literacy strategy, Mr. Abdullah Umar Ibrahim, an expert in literacy strategy and former educational inspector, and the presence of a senior staff from the union. In a short intervention, Mr. Abdullah Umar Ibrahim confirmed that the distributed materials consist of the courses intended for students in the first and second level, in addition to the trainers guided for the third levels. In his speech, he praised the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, which he said as follows. Colonel Wais Omar Bokore, commander of the Djiboutian Coast Guard, and Colonel Ahmed Jama Tahir, commander of the National Navy, participated in the 23 naval exercises for together for peace, which was organized by the Pakistan Navy in Karachi, Pakistan. This is the 8th edition of this beneficial exercise that brings together naval and coast guard organization from more than 50 countries on 5 continents. The main objective of this exercise is to enhance ways and means of cooperation among all actors involved in the fight of maritime safety and security. Participation in this 23 safety exercise was an opportunity to meet with officials of Pakistan Navy and discuss issues of a common interest in addition to strengthen relation between institutions, especially in the field of training of maritime safety and security. And now moving on to the international scenes in Liberia, best travel from school so to teach computer science to the students in rural northern Liberia. That the latest state of chaos experienced by thousands of passengers due to the malfunctioning in the information system of Liberia country company significantly disruptions air traffic at the airport as the company later revealed the causes of the malfunction of the bus. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.